Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States in my little Hickville, USA, which half of which is out without the power here today. Yes, it is. We are having a very strong windstorm here in the Puget Sound area today. So I am filming on February 25th for March 1st video. And yes, we have had down trees, power lines have been down. It took my daughter 3 different routes to get out of town. It took my hubby and I too, because there were big trees down on the main road out of town, and everybody was turning around and having to go alternate routes because I had a doctor's appointment this morning. So yeah, my aunt who lives in Port Orchard, she's still without power because I called and checked on her to make sure everything's okay. And she's like, I still don't have power. My phone's down to 5%. I said, well, I'm going to get off the phone with you right now. Save your power. She's like, okay. So just wanted to call and make sure she was okay. So welcome to my channel, everybody. That's the news of the day. It's just how it goes. You know, we get these gusts, but I tell you what, if you've ever heard of Galloping Gertie is what they called the first Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Oh, when there are windstorms like this, it is not fun to go over the Tacoma Narrows. It's not. In fact, if you ever get a chance to go on and, you know, the internet and see it, the bridge actually was doing this when it originally collapsed. Did not look oh, it was so bad crossing it early this morning when we went over. I mean, it was bad. I just closed my eyes and let my husband drive. Yeah, I said husband. I was like I don't like heights as it is. But oh no, I did not like going over that bridge. It was really, really strong wind gust going over that bridge. Coming back, there were still really, you know, especially when it was still bad, but not like it was going over, but it was bad. He was like, I'm so glad we're off that bridge. I'm like, I know. So anyways, this is February 2025's Paper Pumpkin Alternative video number 10. And I'm doing something different. Now, this is for my mailing list. So guess what, guys? Get to see what you are receiving if you are on my mailing list for the month, of March. I did have to stop. Excuse me. I did have to stop today before I did anything in my stamp room. I gave it a good sweeping, straightened up a few things because I couldn't take it. I just could not handle it, but you wouldn't even know it because everywhere on my desk here is stuff. But that's because I'm working. I wouldn't say it's organized chaos. It's still just chaos. And I think that's just, you know, the work of a crafter. You work in chaos from time to time. I need to put these over to the right. I just put those away. So let's get those off the desk. So let's take a look at what you could have made. So this kit is called Hello Spring, February 2025's kit. And you could have made 3 of this card, 3 of this one, and 3 of this one. You would have got those wonderful envelopes to cut up if you so desired. Up here, this QR code would lead you to video to show you how to put this month's kit together as they were designed. Down here it lists the coordinating colors, and as always there's a visual of everything that comes in the kit. Over here it would lead you to how to purchase the set of 5 dies this time called Spring is in the Air, and these dies coordinate with January, February, and March. So March must coordinate with these 2 little bees. This month it coordinates with these 2. These are the chives. This, of course, was January's kit. So now let's take a look at the stamp. So we have the chives. Thanks for making me grow. This is the one I told you we were going to use. So we're going to use thanks for helping me grow. Happy Easter. Hello Spring for you. We're also going to be using sending love to a wonderful friend. And that's it from the kit. So I'm going to set that hopefully somewhere safe. Do I have something to show you? Well, you should have seen it already on the thumbnail, but I do have, because I've got 19 done, as I have quite a bit, but I am doing postcards. I wanted to do something different. So look at this. Lovely, very vintagey, right? And so the other side is going to look like this. I just never can get it perfectly straight. And my lovely stamp from Lori, and it's just going to say sending love. And then I'm going to put everybody's address on them. And I only have, oh, yes, and I'll tell you, school was canceled today. It started out being 2-hour delay. And then an hour and a half later, they decided to just totally cancel school because the power lines and everything else. So I want to show you how it started out. So it started like this, and that doesn't look very pretty, does it? But I want to show you, you know, sometimes when you start something, it always doesn't come out what you think. So this was me putting the mask in the center, me stenciling it in the center. It didn't look right. Then I tried basic beige with the words. You're going to see the products we're using in a minute. And I tried the little splatter stamps. It didn't work right. So then I flipped it over. Much better. It still wasn't where I wanted it, but it was getting me there, right? And so then I got it figured out. So I'm still using that as my jumping off point. So what are we using? Well, we are using the stencils because I got these because these were on clearance, or what do they call it now? Not sure necessarily, last chance products. These were the Layer of Beauty decorative mask. Now I don't have the stamp set. I never intended on buying the stamp set, but the stencils, basically that's what they are. I was like, oh yeah, I can use those. Those look, number one, I can use them with vintage cards. I feel like I can use them with my junk journaling. They're just really pretty, and they're not going to take up a lot of space. And I think they were, I don't remember now. I wanted to say maybe $9, but they could have been $13. I'm not sure. Maybe they were regularly $13 and they were down to $9. So I thought it was a good clearance / reduced, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm bringing back my favorite. Oh my goodness. I do love this from the Basic Pattern Decorative Mask. This is a go-to for me. I'm so glad that I located it. It was long lost. So I'm doing like 65, 70 of these, and I've got, you know, quite a stack up here that I need to get done. But I want to show you what could you use in place of this. Where is it? There is a set in this catalog right here. This linked together. Oh, if it you know what? If it goes, buy it if it makes the annual catalog. I think I will be buying it even if it doesn't, because the stencils. I think the stencil pattern, these different stencils like this lattice pattern would even give it that look. So if you have these would be a good option. Please look and see what you have. This just happens to be my favorite little pattern right now, and I'm going to go with it. So what else? I have it written down. So I looked up online at what size is a postcard. Hopefully you guys can see this. So a regular postcard is 4x6, but for me, I'm using 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I cut mine to 4 by 5.5. I know it will go through at the post office. So, and I am using the Layers of Beauty decorative mask, using Pretty in Pink and Old Olive. Then I'm using the basic pattern decorative mask with Pretty in Pink. I am bringing in that Elements of Text. Oh, this one right here, right? This is another reason why I ended up with that Layers of Beauty, right? This one. This is an online only. Guys, this is fabulous. I have yet to use that circle, darn it. But I'm working there. I'm working towards it. And then, of course, the February 2025's Paper Pumpkin Kit stamps. And I'm stamping that in Mossy Meadow. The Elements of Text is going to be in Crumb Cake. So then I'm going to turn this over this way because I'm going to make kind of what you could call a jig. And just with pencil, or actually I'm going to use this orange. Hopefully you can see it. So I know from, did I throw it away? I did. I crumpled it up. Let's bring it out to show you. So this is it. So you'll see here, I started here and I ended up moving over here for little notches for where I want my pieces of paper. And I bet these are not cut down to 4. These need to go down. I started at 4 1/4 before I looked at, sorry. No, we're just going to cut these. I was like, oh, I'll just grab the other ones, but we're just going to cut this. These are before I looked at up the size of a postcard. So once again, these are 4 by 5 1/2. And I do the green a little differently. These are numbered stencils. And I think that is not quite straight for some reason. It isn't. So we're going to make it straight now. It's going to be a little shy, but it's not going to matter. There. All right. I changed up. By the time I was done doing the stack that I did, I had decided that I wanted number 5, the greenery, to be number 4 for me, and number 5 to be switch 4 and 5 around. You'll see here when we get to it. So we're going to do 2 of them, and I'm going to bring this about right here. And so I'm not going to touch my paper. I'm just going to put these little marks in the corner. So I know that I want this to sit within there. And that's because I am doing a whole lot of these, guys. Okay. I'm not just doing 1 or 2. I'm doing 65, 68 of these. And I'm going to be using the same thing. Now, I got to a point where I didn't need the little bit of, I'm having a total blank. I can see it and I can't say it. I don't know what's wrong with me there. The washi tape. Ooh. So we are going to start with Pretty in Pink because we're starting with the roses. And right here you have 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to start with this. Now, this is another reason, is because, no, excuse me, we're going to stamp first. So the other thing is that I brought this in, Post-it note, and I just put it down here at the bottom because if one stamping of this doesn't reach the bottom, if you stamped it again, you would get to the edge, and I don't want it all the way there. I think one of them has it all the way, and I didn't like that. It's okay. It's just I decided I wanted a bit of space here. So I just took a Post-it note and ran across the bottom like so. So I guess we're going to start with this. Full strength. Oops. I need to move that a little bit. I don't really even need it, to tell you the truth. We can put it at the top. If you want, let's put it at the top. There, so it's out of the way. Because I do want this over. So there's one stamping of it. Right? I think I forgot. I re-inked everything but this one. And here's the second. And I liked it. It looked almost like you were writing a letter. So I can remove this now. Ta-da! Right? Put that over there. This. Gonna set that up there. That up out of the way. Now we can bring in our Pretty in Pink. And number 1. Now number 1 is going to start us off, and I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm going to I know that my flowers here, they can go into the text. It's not going to hurt it at all. So I'm going to put it right about there. So what I'm going to do over here, there is this indentation, right? I'm going to make me a little mark. Now that's going to help me line up all the rest of these because I'm at an angle. I'm not straight, but that's just going to help me get it up. Now I'm going to, I learned something. I don't know if anybody else, when you're stenciling, if you have open space here on your plastic for your stencil or mask, stop tapping off on paper. It's a waste of ink because you can tap off here, right? And then come back in and tap on that ink and reapply it. Don't know what took me so long to figure that out. So now that I've tapped off my excess ink, I'm going to rub this on. And it really, once you get going, guys, it's not going to... See, and I want some more. I'll come pick up that ink and use that excess ink. And if you put it on the paper, you really can't use it. So use what you have, right? So you can go light. I know I wanted a little darker, so I'm going to tap it off. It's okay if it stays there because I can use it again for the next one. That looks really good. Or if I want to pick it up, bring it in, there we go. It's not going to hurt it any. So lift that one up. See how pretty that is? I mean, it does come out really, really pretty. I want to move this one up there. Nope. I'm going to put my ink pad's going to go there in a second. So number 2, I think the guys are coming out. They're working on that bike. Yes, again today. They're putting an electric start on it. So then I've got to pull start it. Let me show you something else. So this little bit here lines up with there. It's also another guide point on the stencil if you have it or if you see it on the clearance rack and you want to grab it. So there we go. So I have it. Now I'm going to tap it off and pick that ink back up. I can tell you I know I want it darker. Over here I don't think I got any, so I'm going to pick some more ink up till I'm happy with the color change. You can always lift it up. Look at that color change. Beautiful. So set that one aside. Now I'm taking my time here. Last night I got pretty fast. Oh my goodness. Little Hank. Oh, little. Kid's not so little. So I had like 4 of these left and I had it down packed. I was like, only had to do the greenery on 4. Okay, so I'm lining this one up and then there's 3 more points to line up. This one, and this one is going to line up here, here, and here. And this is your guide. We don't worry about this one because that's not on my paper right now. So see, here's this, right? But now I have to line up that hole in these 2. So they're just guides. They're not like written in stone. All right, so last night I'm out here and I'm doing this and Hank comes out. He's like, Manji, he's like, are you going to make dinner? I said, yes, I am. He's like, well, I'm really hungry now. Can you make me a snack? And I'm like, yeah, I can come make you a snack, but I've got 4 more to finish, you know. I'll be right in. And I was cleaning up a little, so I was probably like 10 minutes. So, oh, see how pretty that is? Just gorgeous. So, you know, I cleaned up, had to clean up the ink pads and everything. And I go inside and the air fryer's going, which, you know, it's fine. I don't mind him using that. That's great. It's even better that he was willing to do something by himself. So I'm going to put my pink up here and I'm going to bring in my old olive. Now my old olive, guys, when I do little greenery, I love this super old brush, super old one, But I got these new little bitty ones for little tiny things. These little bitty blending brushes. They were on Amazon. Let me show you. And they're called blending brushes, but they're real little. I gave up on this one. I'm going to show you. I did use it, but I did give up on it for this one. Because this just, I could go faster with it. Okay, so let's get to the greenery. So, this is number 5. This is number 4. I discovered that I like doing number 5 first and then number 4 because I don't have to re-ink my blender brush for number 4. Reason being is I have enough ink on this one. I don't need to apply it a second time. Okay, so Hank. So I go in there and he's got the air fryer. Let me talk you through this. So here's my little guide over here. And then you do have to make sure you're not on anything pink. And then this right here is a guide for right here. So those are my checkpoints. So I lined that up, and that puts me right where I want to be. So I'm going to ink this up. Now you can tap it off, load that up, and then I got like my own little ink bit right here. But this little guy gets in here real well. Like I said, all you have to do, and I'll show you this little one. This little one, it works great. I mean, if you wanted to get really dark in there, it works great in these little bits. Works beautiful. But I've got so much to do. I mean, that's how I started, right? See how well... Yeah, this takes too long. When this little one can go just like this. And don't forget over here. Okay, so I go in the house and he is got a plate with half of the plate has probably about a dozen pickles on it. And I'm thinking, okay, what does pickles in the air fryer have going on together? And I'm like, Hank, what you doing? And he's spraying, this is no lie, okay? He is spraying whipped cream into the center of the plate. I can't figure out what pickles and whipped cream and what on earth in the air fryer can go together. I said, Hank, what are you doing? He's like, I'm having hash browns. I'm having a snack. I said, so you're having a hash brown, hash brown patty, a dozen pickles, and whipped cream? And I was like, totally, gross. Oh, but he loved it. And yes, that's what he ate. He was like, hey, don't knock my snack. I love this. I said, okay. I said, that's fine. I just, he's a preteen there. Funny stuff. So this one again, this here lines up with this curve, and these line up right here with this rose. You're going to see this again because we're going to do it one more time. Anyways, that was my introduction to Hank cooking for himself. No wonder why I don't let him do it too often. I just was like, okay, I'm happy with everything. Now watch, no re-inking. All I have to do is rub it. And that's because I wanted it lighter. And it already has ink on it. You're going to see it. It may not look like much now. And if you don't think it's dark enough, you can always go over it. But look at that. All right. So now comes the other mask, which this, guys, takes absolutely no time. If you have any tape on it, you need to move it. Do not re-ink this brush. Do not, because you want this really light. So this is not big enough to cover my whole postcard. So what I did is I started from here, and I'm going to go all the way around to here, and I'm going to move the stencil and do from here all the way to here, leaving this part without any blending. So I literally just went around. And if you think you don't have it enough, you can come down in there, go one more time around. Don't go too dark. Do you see? We just are giving it a little bit. Now it looks great. I'm going to come over to this side and I'm going to go around the top. And once you get that ink on there, you barely need to rub it. Of course, it's been sitting. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Every time, guys, I absolutely love this. So next, we're going to stamp it. So I need to bring the stamp and Pierce mat in, because this brings in the Mossy Meadow. So the next time I do this, it's going to be faster. This is a little slow. So this is Thanks for Helping Me Grow. I just want to stamp it. Oh, that's really nice and dark. It really needed to be inked. So here we go. Thanks for helping me grow. Right? Beautiful. So we'll do on the back here, we're going to stamp Sending Love. Remember, these are from my mailing list. Right about here. Nice, rich, and dark. And then I have my stamp from Lori. Why? Because I can. Beautiful. And then I have my address right there. And there is my postcard. So let's do it one more time, faster this time, okay? So I need my postcard. I don't need to use the tape, but we need to start 3, 2, and 1. Need to move that up and out of the way. Need to bring in, oops, yeah, let's stamp it first. No, I haven't forgot the Post-it note. I'm just going to stamp it. Get my little Post-it note going down here at the bottom. I only need part of it inked up. Hold on, that could fall down. I don't want it to fall down. All right, so now we're going to stencil. So line our check up with there. We know it's at an angle. That looks good. That's my starting off point. Bring the pink in. As light or as dark as you want. All right, there's 1. Number 2 coming in. Looking for my points here and there to line it up. All right, that's 2. Number 3. Lining up my checkpoints. Hold on. There, 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 and there. There's not one right there. There's nothing there. or here. There's nothing, there's just nothing there. So that's 3. Now we're going to go to our greenery. So I start with 5, just me. You don't have to, but it's just me. Now my checkpoint is here and it's already perfectly lined up. I'm going to bring the green in. And yes, this is what I'll be doing all day long. I have a lot to make. And so this is what my day will be spent doing. So there's that. And then number 4, because I have them reversed. Right? So my checkpoint is right here. Oops, that slipped a bit. So that's going to, let me get it back in its little nook. Yes, and then I can move it. All right, so I don't have to add any ink to this now. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I didn't feel it necessary, and that's just a waste of good ink. So is doing it on paper, to tell you the truth. All right, so there we have it. And those can go up there because we are not going to be using re-inking anymore. We're just going to be using the ink that's on this, going around. Then I'm going to swap it over to this side and come around the top. There we go. Bring in the Mossy Meadow. Stamp it. Thanks for helping me grow. This is for all of you out there. Thank you for helping me grow my channel. It would not be possible without you at all. So I'm going to turn it over and stamp Sending Love right about here. And then, oh, I really should have brought the Stampin' Pierce mat, but I still want to. It just makes everything stamped nicer. And doesn't matter. It does when polymer stamps. It even added a bit better to this one because I had one of these that did not stamp. And this one, I don't always get this one straight. And I got this one upside down. It happens. So those are my postcards for March's mailing list. I think they came out beautiful. So that and that one's the upside down one. Why? Because I can, right? So this would also be very pretty if you wanted to put it on a card base. Let me show you. So if you wanted to put this, I'm just going to put it here. Look how pretty that would be there. Do I have any pretty in pink with me? No, I don't have any pretty in pink. But if you wanted to pop that on some green or pretty in pink and mat it and put it on a card base, it would be a very pretty card front. Me, I'm doing postcards. I like that idea. Just wanted to do something different. And there's a lot of work on each and every one of these. So I hope you all like them. So I have plenty to do today. And I hope you guys let me know what you think. I think it's a great use, a little different. I mean, I don't know. I'm really interested to know what you guys think about this. So please let me know in the comment section. I look for those every day. Even this morning, I still haven't responded to all of them, as it was a bit hairy today. I tried. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be on the phone and drive with the wind, and hubby and I were talking and all that stuff. But here we are. I'm back in my stamp room. I can do it later on today when whenever I get back in there. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you like what I've shown you. I appreciate you all so very much. It is my sheer pleasure to share my love of paper crafting with you. You just have no idea how much it means to me, and how I sometimes I can't express it. What it does for me to share what I love doing with you through YouTube. So thank you for giving me that opportunity, and I hope that you come back and see me here in my wonderland. Bye bye for now, everyone.